So hey, I'm back. I've once again been ruined by the autosave, so I had to recreate the fire flower. But I noticed that it lets me use it on the kid. And is that right?
For me? What's in it? It's not fish eggs, is it? I hate fish eggs.
I have no idea what's in it, kid.
This is good. This is great.
Oh, good.
What is this? I don't care. It's awesome. Thank you. I haven't been this full since the last time Mum made me dinner.
Well, that's unexpectedly dark. Will you solve a puzzle for me?
Here you go, boy. Now don't light this before I tell you to.
Oh man! I'll be careful. I promise. I can't wait to see how this one burns.
Look at that, I don't have any interaction points. All I can do is interact with this kid. Alright. Well... Now I still have to do this just again. Just fuck with him,
Use
okay?
the fireworks to distract the guard away from that door.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Hey! Check this out.
Stop! Come back here, you little shit.
Nice music. Man, I'm sorry that took me so long to figure out.
What in shadows'
Oh, she
name
does
are
not
you?
look happy.
Apostle! You're dead!
He won't hurt you again, child. I promise. Leave. Do not come back.
My head's hurting. Why is my... What's happening? Who are you? Where's Ramin? Why am I tied? Alvani. You're not dead.
Had to realize that a second time, I guess.
Oh, in Shadow's name. I'll pay you. I'll make you wealthy. I'll get you a pardon from the tower and...
Shut your mouth. I need information.
What do you mean by
If
that?
you speak out of turn again, I'll cut off your dick and shove it down your throat.
Hot.
The raid tonight.
I don't know anything about a raid.
Well,
He will lie. Unless I show him what happens when he does. Unless I cause him pain. I cannot justify torture. I'll have to convince him to talk to me, and trust that he reveals the truth.
see, the problem with torture is that it just makes people tell you what you want to hear. So, like, this isn't even a choice for me because torture doesn't fucking work.
You believe you have more to lose by speaking to me. You're wrong. You've been consorting with a magical, a Dolmari, a child. You know the punishment for even one of those crimes is execution. All three. They will make an example of you. They'll string you up in the tower square. They'll sever your genitals, gouge
Really?
your eyes out.
Really into the
Dip your
genital
feet
severing.
in molten metal.
That's our main tack here.
They'll make you suffer unbearable agony. You will plead for death. And death will come. But slowly. Slowly. Tell me what you know, or the tower will learn of your crimes.
There will be a raid. In the Magic Ghetto, before the sun rises tomorrow.
Which we already knew.
I'm not part of it. I haven't been in the meetings, I don't know the details. But they plan to root out the rebels and the collaborators hiding in Old Town.
I love
Some
that his
they'll
what he said was,
exile
I
to the
haven't
islands,
been in the
others
meetings.
they'll kill. as punishment for siding with the resistance,
Like,
as
man.
a warning to others. That's all I know. I swear to it on my mother's office.
Like, I've been there.
Let's go over this again. Tell me everything you know.
You know,
Please.
fans of your game come up to
Don't
you and they're
kill
like,
me.
"Oh, tell me about these new features you're
I
adding."
won't
It's like,
tell
I don't
anyone
know.
about you.
Look, I haven't
can't.
been in the meetings. I don't know.
They'll execute me. I'll do anything. I'll spy for you. I'll feed you information from inside the tower. Just spare me. Please. For the love of the goddess, I beg you.
Poor baby.
There's always a risk that he will reveal what happened here. But if I spare his life, he could be of value to us.
He could be of value to us. It would legitimately be useful to have, I mean, but, like, how... I don't know. He's more of a liability, right? Like...
He has much to lose if he reveals what happens here. But I can't risk it. And his crimes are too grave.
Okay. So let's think about this. We have some time, unlike the kissing. So there are essentially two things to consider, and what is morally just and what is advantageous. So I mean, really, what I like to do is try to choose what I think is in character, but so I think, strictly speaking, it would be more advantageous to spare him. He seems to believe that we have excellent blackmail. I'm not sure how much I believe it, but it's like, what, accuse me, you don't have any proof. But he seems to believe that. The game seems to believe that, so I'll take them at face value. That this man, that we could ruin this man's life. They would believe us, the accusations. And we could probably get use out of having a spy on the inside. That give us a heads up. I don't know how cooperative he would be is the problem. Like, come on. Like, he can claim ignorance, but oh, I didn't know about that. Blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, if he thinks we're the only ones who know, he can kill us, which I think is the case, aside from Anna. I think that's her name. Basically, it might be advantageous, but I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. And, he's got really heavy armor, so it's not very far. So as far as morality, I mean, clearly this man has been recurringly raping a child. So that's not good. Not 100% sure why we had to have that in. Like, come on, couldn't it just been like, look, he's got a girlfriend, she's magical, and that's a problem. Like, for him, that's a PR problem for him. But then they couldn't do oh, you're doing all three, they're gonna torture you to death or whatever. Like, I don't know, it could just, they could have played it off as like, oh, you know, a magical and this specific breed, and also you're such a high-ranking officer, they would do something. Like, I don't think they needed to make that a child, like the game developers. So there's some side-eye red thread. I don't specifically know who wrote it. But either way, it did happen. That is what's in the plot. So fuck that guy. And, nah, fuck this guy. I probably should have checked to see what other people did.
You deserve no mercy.
No!
Shadow take your black soul.
Just very gently shove this gigantic sword into your throat. It's fine. We're fine. Hey, kid.
Where's the guard?
He's in a mud cellar, stuck to his knees in Elgwyn dung. He'll be busy for a while.
You did good, Bip.
What happened in there? Did you get what you needed?
I did. Listen, You can't stay here in Old Town. The Azadi are coming.
I'm not afraid of the Azadi.
Nevertheless, you need to leave. I'll bring you to the Enclave, and you'll be safe with...
I'm not going anywhere.
But, like,
this is where I live.
Yeah, here's the, like, they
What if
know
my
that
parents
magicals
come
live
back?
here, right?
They'll be looking for me.
You're not safe here.
They're allowed to
I'm sure your
exist. They're just,
parents would be
like,
happier
second-class
knowing you're with
citizens.
us.
You just want to put me in an orphanage.
Oh no,
Wait.
Pip!
Shadow.
I gave you a sandwich.
Children.
No, he has too much energy after he ate that sandwich. Come back.
The General is asking questions.
I've heard. We must find Kian before...
I'll make sure Harmy's attentions are directed elsewhere. Tonight's raid on the Magic Ghetto will be a good start.
What did he say?
But what, like raid
The
on them
General
for
tells
using
me
magic?
that my men are sticking to the story, but that some of
'Cause
the
they
prisoners are
aren't.
spreading rumors. It's of little concern. They will not live to see another.
Or are they just gonna kill them all
And
for no
arouse more
reason?
suspicion. Don't be a fool, Vermon.
Don't ever call me a fool.
Then try not to act like one. Who else did he speak with?
The Warden.
What? I thought you were taking care of that problem.
You're the one who worries about arousing suspicion. I couldn't simply have him executed. There are laws.
And now the General has a witness.
An infidel's testimony can never be used against Trueborn.
An infidel.
But his words can fuel further investigations.
The General will soon have other matters to concern himself with. We're stepping up the deportation.
we could have killed him, right? The Warden?
Machine. After that, Kian's death will be low on his list of priorities.
And in the meantime, the General is pursuing leads.
Like I said, tonight's raid will distract him.
How so?
Because it won't go well. The rebels will strike. Many of his men will die, our forces will be on high alert, and, as Supreme Commander, it'll be Harmy's job to clean up.
Oh, that's
He
interesting.
will blame you.
And I will take responsibility. And action. There will be little time for his investigations. By the time the situation is under control again, other matters will have taken precedence. We will keep the General's attentions elsewhere.
Man,
until
plan a
our mission
failed
here is
raid.
done. And then, no one.
That's
No one will challenge us.
that's some galaxy brain bullshit.
I always am. Come here.
This is not the time for...
I'm as hard as Nigali's.
Whoa!
This is exactly the time.
I love plotting to get my men murdered. I just, whew, can't even handle it. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm really hard right now is not a come on in and of itself. Like,
I apologize for being late.
figure it out yourself.
But I have important...
Every minute wasted could mean lives lost. Anu, can you tell us what you've learned?
Not a whole lot. No one's talking. There's not even a whisper of a raid. I'm starting to think maybe Ulvik's loose-lipped, drunken Azadi was merely a braggart. Also, merely a braggart? I've been around you guys too long. I'm starting to speak like a sullen warrior.
I went looking for our people in Old Town. They're standing by for my word. I don't want to pull them out of the city until we know for sure what's happening. Let's hope for their sake Anu's right, and there's no raid tonight.
The raid is taking place, just before sunrise. We still have several hours.
How did you come up?
Hey, Big Blue, let him speak.
The plan is to arrest as many magicals as possible, along with rebel sympathizers.
I still don't
It's a
get
show
what
of
they're
strength.
arresting him for.
They want us to be scared.
Where did you get this information, Kian?
From a trusted source. I met her here before we...
Mystery Woman! I remember Mystery Woman! Well, I remember you talking about Mystery Woman. She's a friend of Ulvik's, right? We can definitely trust her.
She told me about an Azadi officer who visits with an underage Dalmari girl. And she told me where to find him.
He was with a child? That's sick.
And did you find him?
I did. He told me that this will be their biggest raid on the ghetto so far. Given his rank and the precariousness of his situation, I believe him.
How did you get him to talk?
When he understood his predicament, he was perfectly willing to spill his guts.
I don't know.
Seriously? I mean, I'd much rather trust Kian's source than mine.
What if this source of yours is playing you for a fool? What if it's bait, meant to draw us out and distract us?
No Azadi would commit a mortal crime in order to set a trap. His soul is damned to the shadow for eternity.
I think we should listen.
Maybe your information is trustworthy, Kian, but I'm not willing to bet our position in Old Town on it. We'll tell our people to be vigilant. If there is a raid, at least they'll be forewarned.
You're making a mistake.
They'll know soon enough, Azadi.
Where's the officer now? Did you let him go?
I ended his life.
You what?
I mean,
He'd molested a child. He deserved death.
like repeatedly, like
He
enough
will
that we
languish
knew
in
about
shadow
this.
for eternity.
He could have
I
hurt
would've done
someone
the
else.
same.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I'm sure he deserved it, but won't they come looking for him? Also, it sounds like we lost an opportunity to have a valuable source inside the tower.
He wouldn't
I
have,
couldn't let him live after what he'd done to the girl.
and he wouldn't have fucking helped
At
us.
least you see her as a girl, and not just a magical. You made the right choice. The
Yeah.
honorable choice.
Lee believes in us.
Honorable? You think it's honorable to murder a man? You're both insane.
It's time we
Sure,
headed back
but-
to the Enclave.
Fuck that guy.
She'd let him live. I mean, at least then we'd have a source in the tower, if nothing else.
Oops,
But I
sorry.
guess you're on Liko good side now. He may not trust information unless it's being bled out of someone, but the man does enjoy
Oh, so he
a
didn't
righteous
like-
murder.
He didn't like
Just
that I
not
didn't
so
torture
sure how I
him.
feel about it.
Look. It's fine. And frankly, I think it's a little more in character for Kian as well. I don't know. I could see it either way. It's either way. It can be about honor, but like he could have hurt someone else, you know. I thought like, oh man, what if he's got a family and kids? I'm like, oh god, what if he's got a family and kids? So. I don't get what these people's crimes are. All fire flowers and sandwiches. Oh. Oh. Maybe existing is enough of a crime, I guess. Wait, I thought this raid was supposed to go poorly and the Azadi are supposed to get murdered. Maybe we're doing that part now.
Who's
Heard.
there? You? However did you get here?
But that can't be Crow, right? Crow doesn't make bird noises. Oh. Done with that, I suppose. That is a dope-ass filter. I'm sure she's having a terrible time. What? Why that? Is this like a box of our stuff? Did we break up? While I wasn't looking. Yeah, no shit. Oh, don't give me J. That's not the button. Thursday. Really? Already? What, next Thursday? Well, shit. Hello, diary. What's new? Oh, nothing. Just spending every waking hour worrying about whether I did the right thing or not, that's all. I've been going over things in my head for over a week. Was handing the data to Sully in the hand the right decision? They're still working on the story, but it should be ready for publishing tonight or tomorrow. I know they've been doing a ton of fact-checking and background information. Sully wants to have one more chat with me before he signs off on the thing. They know this is going to be huge once it's published. So I guess I did the right thing? Right? Right? Seeing as I'm still working for the campaign, at least in theory, I'm not going to be looking forward to Barudi's reaction once this goes live. He's going to be livid. Reza must have left super early this morning. He wasn't there when I woke up, and he only left a perfunctory message. Sully needs me, see you later. The very definition of perfunctory. Who even uses that word anymore? Who am I trying to impress? Why all the question marks? But, yeah. Reza. After our conversation last week, we decided to... I don't know. What did we decide? That things aren't working? That we need to evaluate our relationship? Did we actually decide anything at all? Knowing us, we probably didn't. And so our relationship lingers like a stubborn pigeon by a park bench hoping for dry crumbs. What? Anyway, I have an appointment with Sully this afternoon to go over some of the details in the story from the campaign's point of view. I hope Mira will let me leave early today. I mean, I have a good reason. Not that this will necessarily sway Mira. She never saw a good reason she didn't hate. I'm not sure how happy I am working here. I am learning. Slowly, but... Mira's a bitch. Wit is brilliant, but not exactly talkative, as in he does not talk at all. The pay is lousy, and I'm not actually getting to do what I signed up for. There's precious little programming and plenty of running around doing shitty errands. It pays the bills, barely, but I'm not happy. At all. Maybe it's time to move on and find something else? Maybe I should have gone back to school after all? Decisions. I suck at them. Big mood. But really, why was there a dream machine? Oh, I guess I can... Yeah, sitting on the sofa. Let's avoid our problems. Okay. Anyway, why was there a dream machine?
Things didn't go too well the last time I connected to a dreamer.
Don't. Zoe, what? What are you doing? What's your plan? This is a terrible plan. I know I clicked on it, but it gave me the X, like the oh, look at the important thing. Can't not. Right?
Mira, do you have a second?
Depends. Are you done? I need those bots to go out tomorrow.
Almost done. I was wondering if I could leave a teensy bit early today.
Be kind. Rewind. Almost?
Mostly. I'm mostly done.
In your experience, Petal, what's my answer to a question like that?
One filled with expletives. But it's really important that
Of course it's fucking important. It's always important. It's never not important. You wouldn't be asking if it wasn't important, would you, Kuchia? So what's so important that you feel it takes precedence over the work I pay you to do?
Well,
I have an appointment with the editor of The Hand. They're doing a story and...
And he can't do this story without you. Even though he's a professional reporter, and you're what are you again?
You tell me. Most of the time I'm running errands. I should be programming.
Should
oh, no.
is a big word.
Hit me.
I should be making 1,000,000 yuan. I should not be forced to run my operations out of a mother-choding garage. And you should be grateful you have a job that pays a decent salary.
decent.
A salary. Go on, get out of here before I change my mind and make you work overtime. Just be here extra early tomorrow to, I don't know, what do you hate doing the most?
Sitting at my terminal learning more about neural programming. I really, really hate that.
Mopping floors. That's it. You'll come extra early to mop the fucking floors. Alright?
Yes. Fine. Sure.
Yikes. Well, since I did see that save icon, what happened with the dream machine? But this could be quite interesting. So,
Mira's most treasured tool, an acoustic turn screw. I don't know how it works, but it's like a magic wand of modern science.
wait. That's a sonic screwdriver. I get it. Acoustic turns. It's a sonic screwdriver. Good night, everybody.